match has ended in a tie. It's an unbelievable result. History has been made here at the Chidambaram Stadium at Chepauk.
My hand is up because there was a definite nick. In my mind, there's a definite nick. The ball hit it. And if you look at AB, he's actually going for a catch initially, then trying to stop the ball.
I didn't appeal. I just see the ball rolling out in my direction. So I'm diving, making sure I'm getting the ball so they can't get a run. And of course the appeal goes up. I'm starting to become aware of a big, massive appeal. And you turn around and the umpire's got his finger up in a shot.
I've put my hand up there, not knowing what's happened at the back. The celebrations have started. Turn back. Ooh, his hand has already gone up and come down. I said, what happened there? He said, no, he's out. I said, when did you give him out? I couldn't see it. By the time I turned around, everyone was walking off the park.
And you're still convinced to this day that it was an inside edge?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, Alan Border was standing at Silly Point, and as soon as he saw the umpire's finger go up, he just said, bad luck, son, and they all ran towards the pavilion because I don't think they really wanted to stay in the ground in case the umpire changes his decisions.
One scoreboard said it was a tie, one scoreboard said the other end we won it by one, and I'd run off the ground. I think, oh, beauty, have we won? Because I don't know. And then Bob Simpson told us, no, it's a tie, and I've been to both of them. That's the first thing he said. And I'm thinking, tie's good, isn't it? That's good, isn't it?
I do remember getting a couple of souvenir stumps on the way off. That was, the one thing in my mind, get a couple of stumps, this is a famous moment.
I saw a happy Australian camp. They were really, thank you, Vikram Raju. You've done the job for us.
The bat was not near the pad. Bat never came close to the ball. So I was confident, and he was plumb in front of the wicket.
I've got to be honest, and I think there may have been a hint of an inside edge, but look, it was close bat pad. It was very, very tight run thing.
On turning track on the fifth day, when the bowler is spinning the ball from right to left and left to right, and suddenly his finger come out, umpire's finger come out so quick.
Because they had a tie, they wanted to win the match. For that reason, we have been scapegoated. Of course, I'm still, even today, I am telling you the same thing. So as a neutral man, I should be, as far as possible, confident, and then I have given the decision.
The way Mr. Vikram Raju gave him out, I am very confident, and I have very much confidence in my partner that he must have given the correct decision.
I was reading one of their interviews after the match where they said that they wanted to prove one thing to the visitors, that we don't favor our Indian side. And when you have that frame of mind, you're going to make mistakes favoring the opposition. And I think that's what happened.
I didn't favor either Australian or any Indian player. Whole of the match, I am telling you.
I remember storming into the umpire's room straight away, and having a real go at Vikram Raju. In this day and age, I would have been banned maybe for a year, for all you know, and gave him a real service over there. And he said, it is the right decision, and I'm glad to be part of history, by putting that finger up and being involved in only the second tied test match. I looked at him and I said, you frickin' beauty.
And I got the photograph of that decision given by me.
That was the last ball incident.
Yes.
That has created history.
Yes. Index finger went up.
Don't you agree, Vikram, that it was in our destiny? It was a godsend thing that we are associated with this match.
Yes.
My initial reaction was, oh, what a mess, because we were 326 for 5 or 6 and needed only 22 runs to win, and we should have won.
But that time, the anger was much more bigger than the moment you can recollect is, it's something we done which never or only once happened before.
You're part of the history. Whether you played the ball or you've not played the ball, people are going to remember even after you die.
The realisation setting in as to it was a tie, the second tie in history, something very, very special, and we felt it.
Since Test cricket began in 1877, there has been only one other tied Test match.
I'd growing up watching newsreels of the Tide Test in Brisbane, and Gary Sobers was my early cricketing idol as a result of that. So then all of a sudden we're involved in a Tide Test match ourselves. It was very, very special.
Not only for the fact to have seen the two Tide Tests, but to be in a position to realise the importance that they had to cricket. For instance, the Brisbane one. That was the start of perhaps the greatest Test series ever. So to be there and appreciate that. Then, when we go to Madras, what have we got? The Australian team trying to claw its way back, plays a great match, gets a tie out of it, sets themselves up for the next, perhaps 10 years.
Everyone talks about the Brisbane Test match, Australia-West Indies, as the Tide Test match.
This game was as good, if not better, than that 1960-61 Tide game.
It happened in India, and at that time, I don't think anything that happened in India or Pakistan was given too much of an importance.
It really is the forgotten tie, and it shouldn't be.
India, I think, will always, because of the World Cup, the Tide Test match, a lot of the players from that era will be very, very near and dear to our hearts.
Look through the personnel that were involved in that particular match, and the nucleus that sort of then subsequently went on to pretty good careers, and then you look at, say, 89 Ashes tour and then beyond, you'd have to say that, the early seeds were definitely sown back in '86.
The realisation was there with the Australians as well, that this Indian team can play anywhere, not just in India, but can win in Australia as well.
India and Australia in Test match cricket before that haven't had much to do. But this Tide Test has brought the two countries together. There's no doubt about that. And the relationships that it's forged from it, you can tell that already now because there's a Border Gavaskar trophy. And of course, those two great guys played in the Tide Test.